Namaskar. India's education system is at a turning point. With the National Education Policy of 2020 laying the foundation, artificial intelligence is now emerging as a powerful force to transform how we teach, learn and skill our future generations. The Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave 2026 held at the Bharat Mandapam brought together policymakers, educators, researchers and innovators to chart this new path. And from personalized learning and teacher support to skilling and deep tech research, the conclave showcased India's vision for an inclusive, responsible and scalable AI-enabled education ecosystem. So over the next 25 minutes, we'll unpack the key outcomes for schools, universities and the workforce as well, and how the Bharat Edu AI Stack could redefine the future of learning in India. The two-day Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave 2026 has set the stage for nationwide Edu AI collaboration, with the Union Education Minister launching Bodhan AI Centre of Excellence. Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan called for scalable AI solutions and responsible AI adoption in education at the Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave.
Union Minister for Education Dharmendra Pradhan addressed the Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave 2026 at Bharat Mandapam on Thursday. During the event, Pradhan launched the Bodhan AI Centre of Excellence. The conclave marks a significant step in advancing the integration of artificial intelligence across India's education ecosystem. The AI Conclave 2026 is envisioned as a national platform for landscape discovery, strategic alignment and partnership building with AI-enabled education. Its primary purpose is to enable landscape discovery and ecosystem mapping to identify gaps and opportunities, support strategic partnerships across government, academia, startups, and industry, mark the beginning of the development of the Bharat Education AI Stack, an open and interoperable architecture to build, integrate, and scale AI-powered learning solutions across India. The conclave will engage solutions across 4 priority verticals: AI for school education, AI for higher education, AI for skilling and workforce readiness, and AI research and deep technology. Speaking on the occasion, Dharmendra Pradhan said that the two-day conclave brings together academia, industry, policymakers, startups, innovators, scientific leadership, and the skilling ecosystem to integrate AI in education at scale and develop the Bharat Education AI Stack.
क्लास 3 से लेके एडवांस रिसर्च तक ये सारे में एआई को एज ए टॉपिक, एज ए रिसर्च इशू, एज ए मॉडल, एज ए कम्युनिकेशन स्ट्रेटेजी, और एआई मेरे दृष्टि से हॉराइजॉन्टल विषय है। एआई सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी की विषय नहीं है। भारत में वो थॉट प्रोसेस है, मशीन प्लस इमोशन दोनों को मिला के अगर हम एक एआई मॉडल बनाते हैं, एआई आर्किटेक्चर खड़ा करते हैं, तब हम दुनिया की एक बहुत बड़े ताकत बन सकते हैं।
He noticed that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given a clarion call to make India AI ready and has emphasized the need for developing and deploying ethical, responsible and inclusive AI. Pradhan underlined that India's AI will be inclusive by design, interoperable by architecture and sovereign by capability.
भारत की जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा था कि एथिकल एआई डेवलप करना, एथिकल एआई के मेरे दृष्टि से कुछ शर्त होनी चाहिए। ये एक समावेशी डिजाइन की ओर बढ़ानी चाहिए, एक इंटरऑपरेबल डिजाइन की ओर भी बढ़नी चाहिए। कई प्रकार की एप्लीकेशंस, कई प्रकार की टेक्नोलॉजी, तरह तरह के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आज हमारे सामने हैं। ये इंटरऑपरेबल हो, ये भी हमारी भारत की स्ट्रैटेजी होनी चाहिए।
The conclave witnessed a special session of Bodhan AI, which is the AI Center of Excellence for Education at IIT Madras, These sessions brought together leading organizations and startups to present scalable AI-enabled solutions aimed at enhancing classroom learning, teacher support systems, foundational learning interventions, and governance frameworks. Tripti Tripathi's report for DD India.
And industry experts also said that the Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave has given them a platform and an opportunity to exchange ideas. They added that the government's commitment to digital inclusion and self-reliance is supporting nation building.
To exchange ideas with the minister, and the fact that he was very open and was already very knowledgeable about the sector and had a clear vision of what needed to be done was very, very good and helpful.
Our mission is to help people learn skills and get exposure, which can help them to build more confidence, income, and increase their quality of life. And I believe it aligns with the mission of our government of India for the digital inclusion, self-reliance. And it feels very great that the policymakers, the union minister, they are thinking, they want to collaborate with innovators.
Very happy to be here at the Bharat Bodhan AI Conclave, organized by the Ministry of Education and IIT Madras, where there is a push to build a digital public infrastructure for accelerating AI in education, so that every child, every teacher in the country has access to a co-pilot to assist them in various education workflows. I am very happy that the Ministry of Education and the Honorable Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji has set up this Center of Excellence to drive this initiative and build a digital public infrastructure for the country.
And we are joined by Ashutosh Sharma, who's the head of investments, India and Southeast Asia at Process. Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma, for being with us. Now, how can Bodhan AI enable, individualized learning for students across diverse backgrounds?
Thank you, first of all, for having me. Look, education is a deeply complex subject. The way I learn versus the way someone else learns could be completely different. Some people are left-brained, some people are right-brained. Also, it depends on what background you come from, and multiple different vectors. This becomes even more complex in the context of India, because we have 300 million, 30 crore students from K to research. And therefore, to solve for this deeply complex problem, we need a solution which provides hyper customization for every student, which provides a special teacher that's adapted to every student. And I think that's where AI comes into picture. Now we have that technology that can unlock this hyper customization for every child and for every researcher and for every undergrad and postgrad student. And I think this initiative by the government and by the Honorable Minister to bring together various different ecosystem players to build an education stack in India is a very promising step in that direction. And I'm very, very hopeful that we will fulfill the ambition of this nation through this AI stack.
Mr. Sharma, also, what sort of role can AI play in strengthening monitoring and evaluation so that, decision-making in education can be more evidence-based?
Yeah, absolutely right. I think, evaluation by a human involves a bunch of biases in that. And I think with AI, we have that ability to get rid of those biases, one. Secondly, with AI, we have that ability to finish the evaluation process at an extremely fast pace. During the roundtable, which the Honorable Minister chaired, we showcased certain solutions where AI can read a student's copy in their handwritten language and within seconds can provide their judgment on how good the answer was. And by the way, this goodness of the answer is not limited to STEM subjects, but beyond that, English, history, and so on and so forth. And so you're absolutely right. I think such an AI stack can not only help us evaluate better, but evaluate faster as well.
Indeed, and also, Mr. Sharma, how will AI transform research and innovation, also administration in universities?
No, that's a great question. There's two main ingredients to research, in my view. One, of course, is the idea that the researcher is working on, but then the second one is precedence. Who else has researched on this topic or ancillary topics? And today, what's happening is bunch of that research is stuck somewhere in a vault or stuck somewhere on the cloud. And there is no simple way to retrieve that research. With AI, you can generate a prompt that will help you, that will enable you to retrieve that research at a very fast pace. So a topic which would in the previous time take 6 months, 8 months, 10 months could be researched extremely quickly. And I think that's again a place where education stack could be really helpful to our researchers across the board in India.
Also, Mr. Sharma, can Bodhan AI prepare India's youth for jobs in an AI-driven world?
Yeah, I think that's the ambition. And look, the first step, sir, has already been taken in this direction. AI is being introduced as a subject in primary schools. At the Bodhan AI Conclave, there was a number of initiatives that were launched by collaboration between Indian universities and foreign universities to launch AI-based majors in undergrad classes. There was something that was signed or launched by IIM Lucknow. And so, as the minister said, the concept of AI is a horizontal topic. It's not a technology topic, but tomorrow we will be in a world where AI will meet finance, AI will meet healthcare, AI will meet accounting, AI will meet legal profession, and AI will meet media. And so across the board, across all majors, the government's initiative through Bodhan AI is to enable and unlock this kind of cross-functional majors across universities. So again, I'm very hopeful that we should be able to deliver on that topic as well.
And how will, Bodhan AI also help to ensure equitable access across the country, because India is a country with various languages, linguistic diversity, there's also socio-economic diversity.
Yeah, and Minister was very particular, by the way, on this point, that look, it should not lead to a digital divide between students. That's very important, and that's core principle on which Bodhan AI is being built. The reason why that's possible today is that the marginal cost, the additional incremental cost to create a new tutor in AI is almost zero. The code has already been written. The underlying model has already been trained. So for you to spawn another agent is almost instantaneous and almost zero cost. And therefore, and look at, compare this to offline world. To train a new teacher will take years. And to send that teacher to a school will take days. But in this case, because that cost is almost zero, we should be able to, through this AI stack, provide very equitable access to kids across the board. And that's core philosophy, that's the core principle on which Bodhan AI is being built.
Sure. So there's a digital divide then also, we were talking about between socio-economic backgrounds, but also between age backgrounds. There are generation gaps after all. So to what extent would you think that, this app would help sort that out?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Look, I think the number one, the key point there is that as you age, your ability to kind of react to questions becomes smaller, and I think in that situation, AI could be really helpful.
True. We are also joined by Mr. Sanjay Kumar, Secretary, Department of School Education and Literacy. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. How can Bodhan AI help achieve universal literacy and numeracy at scale, sir?
Well, it's not a question of literacy levels per se. I think what artificial intelligence is planning to do is to reach out and give us better learning outcomes in our classrooms. make the learning more enjoyable, and improve the classroom transaction for better pedagogy. So that is the larger point. So, often you say that in a classroom there are, let's say, 40 odd people and there is one teacher. Can he pay enough attention to the personalized learning requirement of each and every student? And the answer is often no. And for the first time, artificial intelligence is giving us an opportunity to reach out to every student and adapt itself to the learning outcome and the understanding of that particular student. So it's a great opportunity for us.
Indeed, sir. And in what ways will AI support, teachers with pedagogy, as you were saying, and also classroom management? Mr. Kumar.
Yes. So now there are two or three things together. You see, so first of all is, let us have a look at the classroom transaction. So AI can help the teacher to develop a lesson plan. You want to teach a particular chapter, let's say of class 6. You feed that into your system and the AI will generate a lesson content for you. It'll tell you exactly how things are to be taught and in what manner they are to be taught. It will also create assessment plan for the teacher. That is assuming that there are children of multiple varieties. So you might create 3 levels of assessment: children who are very good, children who are average, and children who are below average. So it will create an assessment plan also, and then you can ask those questions and the AI will also help you in making those assessments. So thereby lessening the job of the teacher so he can concentrate more on the pedagogy of it. It also would make the classroom much more interesting because AI can bring in different kinds of material. So, you have a book, AI can give you something which is a video, it can give you a comical appearance, it can give you an animation, it can give you a kind of a podcast. So several qualities of pedagogy can be rolled out into one to make the classroom experience more enjoyable.
Mr. Kumar, what safeguards are needed to ensure, responsible and ethical AI adoption in education?
First of all, we need to understand AI. And I'm very happy to say that the Ministry of Education took a decision that we are going to bring in computational thinking and artificial intelligence as a part of curriculum in our schools from class 3 onwards. We hope that in the new academic year, we roll it out. I think AI is already impacting us and we are already living with AI. So for students, it is very important that first of all, where all AI has impacting us and where all it has entered our lives. It is also very important to understand what artificial intelligence is. And once you understand what artificial intelligence is, what are its ethical boundaries, it is extremely important to understand that. There are issues with respect to pedagogy that maybe if the mind is not very mature and if you start using artificial intelligence, then there are people who are saying that perhaps it may lead to, some kind of a cognition loss. So we need to be a little careful to what extent we introduce it. But then the point is that artificial intelligence is there and there is no way we can get away from it. We must leverage the advantage of artificial intelligence, make our students learn it while being aware of its limitations and the kind of ethical boundaries it is providing us.
But Mr. Kumar, also, how will Bodhan AI help to ensure equitable access? This is a question I asked our other guest as well. Equitable access across India's linguistic and socioeconomic diversity.
So let me come back and begin from an example. If you recall, last year when the Honorable Prime Minister had gone to Paris, he said that, can the artificial intelligence show me a person writing with left hand? Because most of the large language models are trained on a right-hander. So even in the Western world, the amount of information you have, you do it on the basis of that. It was also felt that we must have something of our own, a sovereign LLM. And that has given rise to the idea of Bodhan AI. We must have our own large language model, and that is going to come from us from Bodhan AI. So AI is there with us for a long time. You know, in the budget of 2024, Government of India took a decision to set up AI for agriculture, which has gone to IIT Ropar, AI for urban governance, which has gone to IIT Bombay, and health to IIT Delhi. Last year in the budget announcement, a decision was taken that we will set up a center for excellence for AI in education per se, and that has gone to IIT Madras. So IIT Madras is powering it, and Bodhan AI is an outcome of that. So once Bodhan AI comes, then we will know exactly the kind of things we need to do. For instance, let me give you an example. We are a multilingual country, and the National Education Policy 2020 says that you must learn in your mother tongue.
Yes.
But then we also need books in all other languages. We also need content in all other languages. Now, Bodhan AI gives us that power to do that. It can translate simultaneously one language into another. So for instance, if a good teacher is teaching at one particular place, it could be directly streamed into various classes in various states in the language in which children want to study.
Mr. Kumar, you know, how can Bodhan AI position India as a leader in AI-enabled education globally, let's say?
Yes, so, I mean, we are going to create a DPI of our own, and as you mentioned that, you know, develop an education stack. Many of these things are quite agnostic of the curriculum. So once you have the technology, I think India will be in a position to reach out to the global south and offer this as a product.
A final question to you, Mr. Sharma. You know, with startups involved, how does the success, I mean, when we look at, let's say, by 2030, what would you think Bodhan AI will look like? How will our classrooms, universities, skilling centers look?
Look, I think the Honorable Minister put it very nicely. We have the data, we have the talent to build on this data, we have the infrastructure, and we have the policy framework. And the idea with that is to develop Bodhan AI and make it available across all classrooms, right from K to research. The success of this is that a decent chunk of India's economic output, a decent chunk of India's research output, at that point in time will be driven by this DPI stack.
Right. Same question to you, Mr. Kumar. What does the government of India look like? I mean, look at, you know, how the path forward in terms of, let's say, every year, how would you like AI to be utilized increasingly, incrementally?
We would want all our children to learn AI at different levels. We could use AI for educational governance. As I mentioned earlier, the classroom transaction is going to become very interesting, and more learning outcomes would emerge out of that. We also need large data analytics because, you know, there are 25 crore children in school education. If I'm going to get a sense of what the learning outcomes are across the country, across different subjects, then there's a huge amount of data which is emerging out of it. AI is going to help us in making sense of that data to take decision as to how learning outcomes can be improved in classrooms across the country. And this is extremely important because we are looking to becoming a Vikasit Bharat by the year 2047. We need to start innovating. We need to invent new technologies. And for this, learning outcomes in our school is very important. And I think artificial intelligence is going to make that easier. It is going to make it much more interesting.
We leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanjay Kumar, Secretary, Department of School, Education and Literacy, and Mr. Ashutosh Sharma, Head of Investments, India and Southeast Asia for Process. Thanks very much for being with us. Now,
thank you.
Our discussion has shown us that, you know, Bodhan AI is more than a technology initiative. It is a national mission, in fact, to reimagine learning. And by empowering teachers, personalizing education, preparing youth for future jobs and ensuring inclusivity, Bodhan AI as well has the potential to transform India's education system into one that is resilient, innovative, cooperative and sustainable. Thank you very much for watching. Namaskar.